Every Friday I grab some reference photos or just some general art supplies and we start drawing. Today's sketching session is just going to be a fun sketching session of figures. I'm going to walk you through my process. There are no reference photos. This is just drawing from my own imagination. And I will have the final sketches available for download so you could trace if you want to trace or use it as a reference. So let's jump in. You can use whatever art supplies you have. I'm using a true red. Here's what it looks like. It's a true red pen. I like it because it has two sides that I can draw with, and I just like it more than the Sharpie. I'm going to just see what I can draw. I am kind of focused on side profiles and seeing what I can do with them. I don't always get them right. My inspiration is old-fashioned sketches, but I'm also very much a scribbler. So if you're looking for something that's less scribbly, I can't really help you because I'm into the scribbling kind of messy art. I like the way that one looks. Okay, so I've got one. I don't really have her arm in, but that's fine. I have my drawings sketched out, I'm going to color them. I do want to remind everybody that I do have a How to Draw Faces ebook. I'll include a link to the book if you're looking to learn how to draw and sketch whimsical faces. I will include a link to that in the comments of this video. Okay, so I'm just using Artex markers. I have a cut on my hand, so you're not going to see that. You're just going to see the sleeve. That's why my sleeves are like that. Okay. And one thing I like about, so the markers are going to make the ink blend. So be mindful if you're using, okay. I'm just randomly putting the marker anywhere I want. And I know I'm going to add probably some paint on top of this because it looks like, so if I use a Sharpie marker, the Artex markers or the alcohol markers don't usually affect it, but I'm noticing with the true red marker, it's causing it to sort of bleed, which that's too bad, but I'll add a little gouache on top. You can use watercolor or any art supplies, but that's a lesson learned because I've been using this marker a lot, but with gouache and not with alcohol markers. But it makes sense because the ink will activate the ink. I think what I'm going to do now is just switch over to the gouache. Let's see what we can do here. So I didn't like the way that that ink blended. I'm using Artex paper, and I will add more to this to lighten up the skin tone or darken it, depending on what I'm looking to do. I kind of like the markers because I already have skin tones and I don't have to worry about mixing skin tones. And I'm not being too delicate. And I will add more layers onto it so it will look better as we go. Too much water. One of the things you'll notice is regardless of how it looks, I keep going. Don't quit. I'm really just playing around and not worrying too much because I've already messed up their faces. But the thing about it is you just keep going and see if you can bring it to life. So that's what I'm doing. I know once it dries, I could probably add colored pencil and stuff to try to give these faces a little more dimension. I was going to use the alcohol markers, which would have been great, but because they activated the pen that I used, I can't. So sometimes you just gotta figure it out. Ooh, I like this purple. Remember, sometimes if you sketch messy, it's more forgiving than if you're trying to be perfect. It's less forgiving because mistakes can be easily seen. But if you're sketching messy to begin with, the mistakes don't even look like mistakes. It looks like you did it on purpose because your sketching is messy. And I think what I'll do after is add some patterns with some acrylic paint markers because I've really enjoyed adding patterns to my artwork. I think she's going to be pink. Her dress is going to be pink, a reddish pink, I think. Ooh, I love that color. This lady has a hat on that's with flowers. And sometimes if I bring the same color in, it helps bring a painting together. So maybe this lady will have this color hair and just kind of, I don't know, in my opinion, it just brings it together a bit and makes it look like it belongs. I don't know. Especially if, you know, they're not all the same size. I really love the way that looks. I really like bright colors. I kind of want her to have flowers in her hair too. And I'm just giving her flowers in her hair. She might have flowers all throughout her hair because I did draw a couple of leaves there. I'll just draw some more flowers there. She's gonna have bright red lips. I think I'm going to have to add some dimension to her flowers and to her dress here. Because again, like I said, I like to sort of bring the colors in together. I really like the way that looks. See if I can add a little greenery. Remember, if you make mistakes, and you saw all the mistakes I made, I'm just gonna keep going. And that's how kind of like your art evolves and you find out what you like and you don't like, especially if you have an art journal. It helps you figure stuff out and evolve a little bit and be more willing to take chances. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's see. While I wait for this to dry, I don't think I'm going to do too much more because I have the tendency to overdo everything. I think I might get my acrylic markers out and add some jewelry and adjust their faces a little bit. But I kind of like the simplicity of it, which I'm really trying to improve on. Okay, so I put all my alcohol markers and my gouache away, and I've got out some acrylic markers and acrylic paint. And what started out as a goal with just alcohol markers was a little bit, had to be adjusted. Let's see if I could squeeze any more of this black acrylic paint out. It wasn't my intention to use acrylic paint today, but okay, I have a little bit. Let's see. I kind of wanted to bring these ladies to life. And I think I want that lady, I think I want her lips to be a brighter red. But I like the high arching eyebrows. And I just want to okay. So I want to get her eyebrows in as well. Ooh, I like that. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Every day when you do art, it's not always going to be easy. Well, I struggled a lot with this one, from not running out of paint to having issues with my marker. I ended up drawing with my True Red black marker and adding some alcohol markers on top of it, which caused the marker that I used to draw to smudge. So I abandoned that and went on to using gouache. You could use watercolor, whatever you want to color it. Then I added acrylic paints and some tempera stick, and then finally some gold paint on top. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Again, I have I'll have this sketch available for you if you're interested in downloading it and using it to trace or to color. I will include a link to that in the comments, as well as you will find the link to my How to Draw Faces ebook. I hope you all have a wonderful day and happy sketching.